So, my PSVR2 replacement has finally arrived, and one of the first things I wanted to do was a compare and contrast of Resident Evil Village and the PSVR2 versus PCVR with PreyDog's amazing VR mod. Now, I went into this totally biased because, as many of you know, I had a terrible experience with the launch of the PSVR2 where my controllers didn't work with the games. You know, they'd work fine in the PS5 menus, just not in the game. So yeah, my initial thoughts were that the PSVR2 was a total piece of, well, you probably saw the video. The only thing I got to do was that boat ride in Call of the Mountain until I had to use my left controller. And I was not really impressed with the visuals in that game at all. I mean, the graphics look soft and fuzzy and not really crisp like I would like, and the ghosting was just pretty terrible in that game. So I booted up Village with the PSVR2 and was actually initially pretty disappointed because there's also some pretty bad ghosting and reprojection in that game. Everything else looks amazing. A nice, crisp, clear image, out of this world colors and blacks. I forgot how good OLED looks in VR, but the ghosting, just when anything moves lateral to your vision. The game played great, it felt great, the native implementation of VR is fantastic. But you know, I was still just a bit hung up on that whole ghosting issue. So it was time to jump into the PCR version with PreyDog's mod. And as I expected, there was no ghosting at all. Probably due to the fact that I can reach a nice high frame rate with a 4090 without reprojection. But much to my surprise, that's the only area that PCVR with the RTX 4090 and the Valve Index win. Every other aspect of the game is better with the PSVR2. The image quality is much better. In the Index, on my PC, there was a shimmer to the hair on the characters and on a lot of the textures. The image overall looks very washed out compared to the PSVR2. They did a lot of nice things for comfort too, like not locking your head during cutscenes, or at least not moving it around so much. It's much better for people with sensitivity to simulation sickness. The interactions are much better, manual loading of the weapons if you wish, the facial haptics. I even noticed the sound with those horrible earbuds was better as far as directional 3D sound than I got with the Index. So yeah, my final verdict is that as far as Resident Evil Village goes, the PSVR2 is the ultimate way to play the game. Now that might change if they ever release a PC VR version. And as far as my one gripe, as far as the ghosting goes, I've played over 300 hours in Cyberpunk with AER. You learn to ignore ghosting. Make sure you like and subscribe and click on the little bell thingy for more PSVR2 coverage in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Dr. Greg out.